In this video we will explore President John F. Kennedy's, JFK, family numerous tragedies that have fueled the idea of a cursed family. From generation to generation, they have endured early deaths, misfortunes, and failed procedures. The Kennedys have reached the highest position in public office, becoming senators, congressmen, and one becoming the president. The Kennedy family is one of the richest political family in the country, but a few of the members have enjoyed their billions fortune. JFK was the 35th president of USA who served for only 3 years before he was murdered. His death is not the only one from the family. Even from his 4 children, he has a sole daughter who is still alive. So, if you're a JFK or Kennedy's family fan or simply curious about if their family is cursed, hit the like button and let's dive in. Joseph P. Kennedy Jr., 1944. JFK's eldest sibling, Joseph P. Kennedy Jr., tragically lost his life in a plane crash on August 12, 1944, while serving in the U.S. Navy during World War II. Joseph, aged 29, was the firstborn child of Joseph Sr. and Rose Kathleen Kennedy, 1948. In the subsequent 4 years, Kennedy's family suffered another tragic loss with the death of their daughter Kathleen Kennedy, affectionately known as Kick. She passed away at the age of 28 in a plane crash on May 13, 1948, during a flight from Paris to the French Riviera. Arabella, 1956. In 1955, Jackie Kennedy endured the heartbreaking experience of a miscarriage. A year later, she faced further sorrow with the birth of a stillborn daughter named Arabella. Patrick Bouvier Kennedy, 1963. On August 9, 1963, Patrick Bouvier Kennedy tragically succumbed to infant respiratory distress syndrome, just 2 days after his premature birth on August 7 at Otis Air Force Base. This poignant event occurred in the same year that his father faced a fatal gunshot in Dallas. Jackie Kennedy, still recuperating from surgery, could not attend the funeral services for her son. Today, Patrick rests in peace alongside his mother, father, and stillborn sister, Arabella, at Arlington National Cemetery. John F. Kennedy, 1963. On November 22, 1963, tragedy struck when President John F. Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas. Riding in the presidential motorcade with his wife, Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis, Texas Governor John Connally, and his wife, JFK fell victim to a fatal shot fired by Lee Harvey Oswald. The 35th President of the United States was 46 years old at the time of his untimely death. Robert F. Kennedy, 1968. In another tragic turn of events, 5 years later, on June 5, 1968, President John F. Kennedy's brother, Robert F. Kennedy, faced a similar fate. While on the presidential campaign trail, the former senator and attorney general was assassinated. Following a victory speech at Los Angeles' Ambassador Hotel after winning the California primary, he was shot. Robert F. Kennedy was 42 years old at the time of his untimely death. Senator Ted Kennedy and the Chappaquiddick Incident, 1969. On the night of July 18, 1969, Senator Ted Kennedy was involved in a tragic incident when his Oldsmobile veered off the Dyke Bridge on Chappaquiddick Island in Massachusetts. While he survived the crash, his passenger, 28-year-old Mary Jo Kopeng, was tragically trapped inside the car and drowned. The incident raised numerous questions, particularly because Kennedy did not report it to the police until the following morning. Consequently, he faced charges for leaving the scene of the accident. Michael Kennedy, 1997. On December 31, 1997, tragedy struck the Kennedy family again as Michael Lemoyne Kennedy, the sixth son of Robert F. Kennedy, passed away at the age of 39. Michael died after colliding with a tree while skiing on a slope in Aspen, Colorado. Prior to his untimely death, Michael had faced personal challenges, including a scandal involving an alleged affair with his children's babysitter. Amid this controversy, he had separated from his wife of 16 years and sought treatment for sex addiction before his demise. John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette Kennedy, 1999. Following the birth of Caroline Bouvier Kennedy, John and Jackie welcomed a son, John F. Kennedy Jr., while his father was president-elect in 1960. Affectionately known as John, during his early years, he became an iconic figure when photographed saluting his father's funeral procession in 1963. Despite surviving childhood and living into adulthood, the Kennedy family's tragic legacy caught up with him. Alongside his wife, Carolyn Bessette Kennedy, and her sister, Lauren Bessette, John Jr. perished in a plane wreck while en route to Martha's Vineyard on July 16, 1999. John Jr. piloted the private single-engine plane during the unfortunate accident. Notably, in 1988, People magazine named him the sexiest man alive. The president's son was 38. Rosemary Kennedy, 2005. In November 1941, at the age of 23, Rosemary Kennedy faced significant challenges, including difficulties with reading and writing, mood swings, seizures, and violent outbursts. Her troubles were attributed to oxygen deprivation during birth while waiting for the doctor to arrive. Growing older, Rosemary's rebellious behavior concerned her family, fearing it might tarnish the Kennedy reputation. In an effort to address her issues, Joseph Kennedy, her father, arranged a secret prefrontal lobotomy, a then promising treatment for mental illnesses. However, the procedure, now discredited, left Rosemary mentally and physically incapacitated. She remained institutionalized in seclusion in rural Wisconsin until her death in 2005. Throughout most of her life, the family kept their distance, but her sister, Eunice Kennedy Shriver, developed a close bond with Rosemary in her later years. Patrick J. Kennedy, 2006. On May 4, 2006, Congressman Patrick J. Kennedy was involved in a car crash while under the influence of alcohol, colliding into a barricade on Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C., at 2:45 a.m. Subsequently, he disclosed an addiction to prescription medications, specifically Ambien and Phenergan. Patrick pleaded guilty to driving under the influence of prescription drugs, receiving a sentence of 1 year probation and a fine of $350. Senator Ted Kennedy, 2009. Senator Ted Kennedy, grappling with a fatal brain tumor, suffered a seizure during President Barack Obama's inaugural lunch on January 20, 2009. Despite the medical challenges, he continued his duties for 7 more months. On August 20, 2009, Kennedy made an unexpected request to amend Massachusetts state law, allowing for a rapid replacement in case his Senate seat became vacant suddenly. Sadly, he passed away just 5 days later, on August 25, 2009. Cara Kennedy, 2011. Cara Kennedy, the daughter of Senator Edward M. Kennedy and niece of Robert and JFK, passed away at the age of 51 from a heart attack on September 16, 2011, while working out at a gym in Washington, D.C. In 2002, at the age of 42, Cara was diagnosed with lung cancer. Initially deemed inoperable, with the assistance of her father, she found a surgeon at Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston who performed a successful operation, removing part of her right lung to save her life. Following the surgery, Cara resumed an active lifestyle that included regular running and swimming. Christopher Kennedy Lawford, 2018. JFK's nephew, the son of Peter Lawford and Patricia Kennedy, passed away from a heart attack on September 4, 2018, in Vancouver, Canada. He was 63 years old. Saoirse Kennedy Hill, 2019. On August 1, 2019, the granddaughter of Robert and Ethel Kennedy, Saoirse Kennedy Hill, was discovered dead at her family's estate in Massachusetts. At the age of 22, her death was ruled as an accidental death due to depression. Maeve Kennedy Townsend McKean, 2020. Robert F. Kennedy's granddaughter, Maeve Kennedy Townsend McKean, and her young son, Gideon, were reported missing by her husband, David McKean, after a canoeing accident in Chesapeake Bay on April 2, 2020. Maryland authorities confirmed that a 40-year-old woman and an 8-year-old boy went missing at the same location after being appeared to be overtaken by the strong winds while canoeing. On April 6, Maeve's body was found approximately 2.5 miles away from the Shady Side property, and Gideon's body was discovered 2 days later.